going to be.
Round 2, T.J. Wilson in blue, Dominick Guinn in red. First round scoring 1-0 for Wilson now. Pitching a shutout.
Tell you what, you're going to do a lot of baseball games this year. You may see a few 1-0 games, but usually you don't expect it in boxing over one round. Dominick Guinn was given some interesting advice by Al Mitchell. Normally you go to the left against the southpaw, and that's what they want to do. But he told him, I know it's going into a straight shot, but move to your right. I think you can duck under and land the right hand if you go that way. Normally you wouldn't, but in this case he thinks that maybe his man can sneak that right hand in. By the way, we mentioned that Guinn goes to Northern Michigan University. He's a major in criminal justice there. T.J. Wilson is starting now to land some combinations against Guinn.
One thing he hasn't been able to do since the first seconds of the fight is control the ring.
Wilson has had his way in that regard. What a difference for Dominick Guinn. And T.J. Wilson felt it would be. Said he's been walking through people, knocking them out, but not facing people that come at him like I do. There's the hook to the body by Guinn. That has been a weapon he hasn't used very much. When you are reduced to pawing with the jab and trying to land a straight right hand, see, there's the left landing by Guinn. That's the punch you need. I'm a staunch believer in this, and I've said so many times to our ESPN audience. You cannot beat a lefty just with a straight right hand and by pawing of the jab. It looks like you can for all the world. I remember vividly years ago in my amateur days against a lefty thinking, this looks so easy, you should be able to do this, and you can't. Once in a while you'll get lucky and land that right if you've got power. But beyond that, if you don't step to your left and crank up left hooks, you just are not going to beat a lefty. Stop!
They're standing toe-to-toe right now.
Lyle Ackerstead, the third man in the ring. Montana, he is the head of the officials. Great guy, does an excellent job.
Big fork, Montana.
Yeah.
Beautiful country here.
Absolutely. We've been treated royally, may we say, by the folks here in Pueblo. And it has been a delight to come here for this tournament. We love doing the amateur tournaments on ESPN in any case.
And you are the celeb here, Jim.
Well, I don't know, but it's, by the way, a joy to work with you as well.
As we go to round 3, it's tied 3-3.
Well, that score indicates that there have not been that many punches, clean punches landed. Al Mitchell said an interesting thing to Dominick Guinn. He said, you got to hurt him. You have got to get that right hand in, throw it with conviction. There he throws a couple double left hooks on the inside, which I also think is important for Dominick Guinn. A lot of holding and grappling on the inside. Look at the hook by Guinn. I'm telling you, if he would crank up that hook and throw it to the body and the head, he could turn this into a slightly different bout.
Taking a point away for holding. First time we've seen that.
And what will happen is they will add 2 points to the score of Dominick Guinn. And you know, while you don't like to see referees have such an impact, I think Lyle was right because Wilson has been doing a lot of holding here.
In a fight like that, like this, that's a huge decision to make.
It really is, and I think in this case warranted because Wilson has done a lot of holding throughout this match and probably has received 2 cautions from Ackerstead that maybe we didn't see, because the third one you have to take the points away. It becomes a warning.
So Guinn in great position here now in the final round. It
hasn't been, in all truth, as pleasing a match as we would have thought. Guinn has been unable to really get his power going, and T.J. Wilson, this is his style. It's a mauling, brawling kind of a deal that doesn't usually produce startling results, but often produces wins for him.
Right now, he could be that first U.S. champion from Arkansas.
Good right by Guinn. Now he's putting his punches together and being very aggressive.
I don't know if he knew the score entering the round, but if he did, he knew he jumped up by 2 quick points.
And he has landed some good shots as well.
You wonder if the big fella's wearing down.
And Guinn thought that Wilson wouldn't be in the kind of shape to sustain against him. And I think T.J. Wilson, oh, nice left by Wilson, but I think Wilson is breathing heavily in this round.
Guinn told us, he said, it's, quoting him, it's up to me. If I do what I do, it'll be easy.
Well, it hasn't been easy, but he has started to put his punches together a little bit in this round.
Said he knew to move left against the lefty unless the left was not a strong left.
Well, he has not been throwing his left hook to right hand. Now he's getting the right hand in a little bit. I still think Dominick Guinn and Al Mitchell will look at this tape and say, why didn't I throw the left hooks more often? Why didn't I just take a step to my left, crank it up to the body? But there's double left hook landed by Guinn. If he would throw that punch more often, it would be very effective, but I think he's done enough to win here in round 3, and T.J. Wilson had this championship in his grasp, and if it did slip away, it did so because of the 3rd round.
Wilson certainly looked like he might have been a bit out of gas here in round 3. We'll be back with a decision on our final fight after this. Welcome back, and let's go to
the winner of this contest on points, he's the plus 201 pound, that's the super heavyweight division champion, 1998 National USA Boxing Champion from the red corner, Dominick Guinn.
Dominick Guinn, the winner, 14-5 the final count.
This young man stepped it up and did in fact become the first person from Arkansas to win the U.S. Amateur Championships.
Punched their buttons a lot there in round 3.
This young man stepped it up and did in fact become the first person from Arkansas to win the U.S. Amateur Championships, and they made Bill Clinton proud, one of his fellow alums.
That will do it from Massani Arena in Pueblo, Colorado. For Al Bernstein and our entire crew, I'm Charlie Slows. Thanks for watching. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Your Yankees, you've got to take